Hey man, welcome back. It's Escape from Brooklyn. I'm DieHard Derek, and that is Brooklyn's own Toddy D. And man, Todd, I swear to God, these weeks are just bam, bam, bam. They're flying right past us. I feel like we were just doing this. I don't know, man. I can't grab a hold of time. How you been? What you been up to?
I'm doing good, bro. How are you doing, man?
You know, I'll tell you what. I I had to explain to my wife why I keep getting pillows in the mail. Now I'm 45 years old, man. And that's not, to me, that's not old. I think I'm still young. I'm tough and in good shape and good spirits and stuff like that. But my back, my body has been just killing me. Now I know I messed it up. I go to the gym. I push myself way too hard. When I'm going and I'm a gym rat, it's 3 hours a day, 5 days a week. And then I'm pushing weights that I probably shouldn't be pushing. And then I come home and I put my head up against like the headboard and my back is like at this really weird angle. But I sit there for hours. I'll fall asleep like that too. So now I got neck and back pain. So I get this fucking this thing for the back of the chair. It's like for lumbar support. Yesterday I ordered one for my ass because my ass is killing me for lower back. I'm trying not to get like sciatic. And then I got for the bed, so I'm not leaning up in that awkward position. I got this little, it looks like a skateboard ramp. It's a wedge that you put there. So my wife's looking at me laughing. She's like, "Oh, you old man. Look at all the pillows you got to get for your injuries. Look at all the shit you got to get, just to feel comfortable because before your hip blows out of place." She's only like 42. So, she's right behind me. She's about to go through menopause any fucking day. All right. So at night, I'm getting all googly with her, right? And I bring her over to my side. And I'm like feeling her up and doing things. Then I bend her over the ramp. I start giving her, the old deal. And I'm like, "Oh, you complaining about the fucking pillow now?"
That's extra back support right there. That gives me the leverage. Exactly. But listen, man, I know what it's like. I've had a bad back actually since I'm 16. Working physical labor. I have 2 crushed discs in my back. They're both compressed. I have fluid on them. And, my back's a mess. There's certain days are better than others. I had an epidural in my spine, years ago. So I know what it's like to have a bad back. But don't feel bad, man. Let me tell you something, bro. When I work out, I have an exercise bike, and I ordered one of those large orthopedic senior citizen seats for the bike because I'm biking 45 minutes, about 10 to 15 miles. And the seat that it came with is like one of those little banana seats.
Yeah, yeah.
So the seat that I got, it was wider, thinking it'll be more comfortable. But bro, you get off that exercise bike after 45 minutes, it's like you got off a horse. You're bow-legged, your ass is all hanging out.
And like you just come out of jail.
Exactly. But don't feel bad, man. I'm 5 years older than you, and trust me, I know what it's like to buy special products. I bought one of those lumbar supports for my back. My wife got me a shiatsu chair that you plug in that does the back massages, and it's a little rough. It hurts on the lower, but rather on the upper it hurts. The lower it feels good. But I'm thinking to myself, what happened, man? I was fucking 21 yesterday. I woke up an old man.
Dude,
it's crazy.
It kills me. So, for her birthday, she was telling me she was having back problems too. We're working from home. I'm like, well, I have no idea. Another one with no fucking hobbies. I'm like, I know she says her back hurts all the time. So I'm going to get her a good chair so she can work from home. So I go to Office Depot. They got all these chairs out there, and I'm reading all the tags, reading all the reviews on them. There's like, oh, well, if you're working from home, this is good to be sitting in for at least 8 hours a day. So I'm thinking about all this great shit for her. So she's comfortable to get her a fucking chair. One, I give her the chair. She's like, "That's what you got me, is a fucking chair." I'm like, that's all you said that you wanted or needed. Your back's gonna feel a lot better. You'll thank me tomorrow. Meanwhile, I'm working from home and I'm sitting on my ass all day long. I got all these cushions and shit. I'm like, you know what? I'm tough. I can handle this. I'll go on Amazon. I'll get one of those gamer chairs. So I go. They got a fucking deal. That's what you're sitting on too.
That's what I'm sitting on now. A gamer chair. Yeah.
I'm thinking it's a gamer chair. These gamers are sitting all day long, but this is the Amazon Prime special and shit.
Right.
And I'm not realizing it's not the best gamer chairs that are out there. It's designed like it. It's got like the cutout, the mold, but there's really no cushion. So it's like I'm sitting on metal right now, like on a fucking hospital gurney. And like if you've ever been on Spirit Airlines.
This is nice. Yeah.
Like my back is just killing me. That's why I got all these fucking pillows here. And I'm just thinking to myself, like, how the hell did I end up with for her, I go out and get the fucking chair to make sure that her back is good. Thinking of her.
You're looking out for her. Meanwhile, you did shit for yourself.
Meanwhile, I'm over here MacGyvering all these fucking pillows and stuff like that. And this is because they sell them the chair
all jammed up.
Right. The people are like, yo, I'm looking for a great bargain here. I'm like, motherfucker, do you understand how bad this feels? That's why it's like only $79 as opposed to the $350 I spent on hers. But yeah, man, some people, they just don't appreciate it.
Yeah, not to give any plugs, but I went to Staples. I got this chair. You can see the backrest. It's a
Oh,
regular.
that's a good one.
Chair.
You spent a lot of money on that.
Not like 300 and so. I paid. I think it was on sale. I paid like 100 and something for it.
Okay,
but I got it for the back and also for the ass because we do this podcast. I have another one, and I was sitting literally on a folding chair with supposed cushion, but after 10 minutes, you start doing all this and you think, the guy has to go to the bathroom. Meanwhile, right. I don't have to take a shit. It's just the chair is killing my ass.
The fucking advertiser like, oh, it has memory foam built in. Like, that's not memory foam. That's bubble wrap.
That's like short-term memory, bro, because after 5-10 minutes, you're in fucking pain. So I don't want to hear any memory in my ass. But as you can see, we're trying to improve the set here. We got some Brooklyn backdrop. I did up the mic a little different. I don't know if it's good if the people at home see my ugly mug. Now it's more exposed. So if you don't like it, I don't know what to tell you. But, I got some complaints through some friends and family saying, what's with this with the mic? You're covering half your face.
It looked like a black dick was going into your mouth, like a big black dick.
And I don't need that shit, man. No phallic symbols. It's quite all right.
Now it just looks like you're on your knees and there's a dick's hanging over you.
Yeah, well, bro, not to insult anybody, but I don't go that route. So we redid the mic and, now we're good to go as long as you can hear me okay. I'm good. Got some news for you. I'm wearing the Cast t-shirt.
I was going to ask about that. I love how
it is a guy
podcast, but meanwhile you're promoting somebody else's podcast. Thank you.
Well, we're waiting for our shirts to come on order, bro. Once they come on order, I'm going to wear them. But I wanted to give a little shout out to Pete Coryelli and Sebastian Maniscalco. I watched their podcast. Hopefully they'll listen to ours and they'll take a look at what I'm doing for them. And in return, maybe they'll wear our shirt in the future.
Do you think they're going to wear our shirt? Sebastian, like,
you never know.
What the fuck am I going to do with this guy?
Hey, listen, Pete, Sebastian, listen, I'm Italian too. So, hook a brother up. I'm hooking you guys up. Do me the favor. But even if they don't, I love the show. I figured I'd support it because I'm hoping that if I do right, someone will do right by us in the future.
Hey, you never know.
Karma, brother.
Hey, maybe they can discover you and your comedy talents and then take 30% of your income. That'd be great. They'll pimp you out around.
That's the American way, baby.
To the comedy store, to the improv and all those other spots. But yeah, man, hey, shout out to them. They're fucking hysterical. I love those guys, man. You put me on to them. I had watched their stand-up, but I didn't know that they were working together on a podcast. And
they go back a long way.
Yeah, man. Really good shit, though. But yeah, man, I like the backdrop. The fucked up thing is you're still in New York. I'm not. Like, I need the backdrop of New York. I mean, you got to do is look out the window. Brooklyn's right there.
Well, you really escaped, bro. You went on I-95 for those people out there who don't know. My main man, DieHard Derek, is in Florida. Brooklyn Zone is just over the bridge, over the Verrazano. Staten, Italy, Staten Island, Brooklyn version 2.0, whatever you want to call it. That's where I am right now. But it is what it is. Still a New Yorker. Just escaped the Brooklyn area. That's all.
Hey, man, is it hot up there?
Hot. It's scorching, bro. All week it's going to be between 95 to like 99. It's burning up right now.
Wait, you call that hot? That's the same shit here every day. All year round.
Man, no one twisted your arm. Listen, you escaped Brooklyn. Nobody twisted your arm to go to Florida, bro.
I'm just saying, man. Like, I deal with that no complaints. It's like being on summer vacation. The fucked up thing is time flies here so fast because the seasons don't change. So I'm like,
one season.
Dude, and I'm constantly, what month are we in? What year? Because, dude, it happens so fast because you never see the snow. You never have to deal with that struggle of the slush and the snow and the freezing weather and changing your clothes, going from shorts to sweaters and triple fat goose and shit. And
never changes.
Over here, it's just like one long fucking, it's like the Lord of the Rings.
It's like deja vu, just over and over again.
Dude, I've been down here 10 years. It doesn't feel like it at all. 3, 4, maybe 5 times.
10 years, bro. I tell you, time flies because I've been here in Staten Island, just made 8 years.
Oh, shit. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Time really flies. I mean, you made a lot of pit stops along the way, bro. You were a Staten Islander. Yeah. You were a Jersey J.O. Yeah. If you want to know what a Jersey J.O. is, I call the people in Jersey jerk-offs because maybe not you, but these people in Jersey, when they fucking drive, they don't know what a blinker is. I think when they bought their car, it didn't come with the package. Yeah. You drive on the turnpike or in the Garden State, motherfuckers zoom from third lane to first lane, right off the exit, no blinker.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's crazy. And down here, I thought I was going to be aggressive. They everybody down here thinks that they're in a Fast and Furious movie, man. They tailgate, they bumper check you. Like, where the fuck are you going? So we're both gonna get caught at that red light, there, you asshole. I like to give him like a glare. Or like I want to fucking. What I like to do is do my front bumper, right? Let's say I'm in the left lane, my front bumper, and then in the right lane is the back bumper of somebody else. I like to get bumper to bumper with that dude and box that dude in, and now he can't fucking move. And you just see him behind the wheel, like, motherfucker, move, let me pass. Hey, you and dude, I was just standing there staring and laughing my fucking
and just smile and do one of these.
Yeah, man.
Sorry,
I love it's pretty bad because I might cause an accident one day, but I love aggravating asshole drivers. It's just
I mean, I like that too, man.
Yeah, man.
Bottom line is someone's in a rush to get to the red light, like you said.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna make their life a living hell. Actually reminds me of a funny story. Years ago, when I was working for the supermarkets where I hurt my back originally when I was 16. We had these mechanical Joes. It was a forklift. They called it a Joe. You wouldn't drive it. You walked with it, and it had the lever for forward, reverse, and you had the handle to lift up the blades of the forklift.
Okay.
So I'm in the parking lot of Wallbounds. I'll never forget it. Shout out to the old Wallbounds back in the days.
Yep.
Guy parks his car in the no loading zone. And all I said was, "Excuse me, sir, you can't park here. We have to unload a truck." He looks at me and he says, "Fuck you. I'm staying here. What are you going to do about it?"
It's a little aggressive.
I said, "All right, no problem." I said, if the car's not there later, it's not my fault. He said, "Yeah, whatever." So he leaves. I look at the truck driver, and his name, they called him Red. He was this big guy with a red ponytail. Mm-hmm. I said, "Red, watch this." I took the forklift. I put the blades. I took a pallet. I put it under the back end. I lifted it. It was a front wheel drive car. And I just walked the car out of the parking lot, and I dropped it right in the middle of Nostrand Avenue, right in between traffic.
Using the forklift
there. Yeah, with the forklift. I dropped it, brought it back. I said, "Okay, let's unload the truck." So now like a half hour goes by. You see this guy, he's coming out the wagon. He's got all of his groceries. Cars are hitting their horns because his car's laying right in the middle of Nostrand Avenue, which is a two-way street for everybody out there that doesn't know Nostrand Avenue. And he's looking around like all bewildered. Like, "Where's my car? What happened?" He looks at me. He says, "Hey, where's my car?" I said, "I'm not keeping tabs on your car, bro. I got to unload a truck." So the next thing you know, a cop is giving it a ticket. So the guy goes, "Oh, that's my car." So the cop looks at him and he said, "Who the hell parks a car across an intersection on Nostrand Avenue? Are you out of your mind?" And the guy's like, "I didn't do that." And back in those days, there were no cameras, bro. So,
you could do that.
Nobody knows shit. So the guy looks at me for help. And the cop looked at me. He says, "You know anything about this?" I said, "I work here." I said, "I'm not a traffic cop. I have no idea." And I'm just unloading the truck. And the dude, Red, is looking at me. He's like, "Motherfucker, man, you're crazy." Like, he's trying so hard not to laugh. And I'm just going about my business, unloading the truck. And the guy he just didn't understand how the car could have gotten there. He's looking at me like I have something to do with it, but he didn't say shit. And I just looked at him. I was like, "Wow, that's fucked up. I don't know how the hell that could happen." I'm just laughing my ass off. But you know what? You rub someone the wrong way, man. I believe in karma. Just like wearing the shirt. Hopefully they see it. Our shirts come out. They'll wear maybe our shirt. I believe in good karma and bad karma. So I try not to do bad shit unless I'm provoked first. In that case, I was provoked first.
Bro, you know what I'm thinking? Like, you can't even take that kind of retaliation today because everybody's got a cell phone. That shit would have been on TikTok. You would have gone viral, but you also would have been fired and arrested too. They're like, Todd, that's not what you do with the fucking forklift, Todd. You don't settle your personal vendettas with our fucking property. You gotta go. Give me the fucking apron. Get the fuck out of here, Todd." Cops are like, "Whoop, whoop. Hey, man, we saw the video." Come on, Todd.
You hear the Bad Boys music. You see me like this against Wallbounds.
Spending the weekend at Rikers. Yo, but that dude Red, how good was his ponytail?
Yo, Red had a ponytail. And let me tell you something, bro. I was thinking about that bullshit you gave me on episode 2, naming 5 people. Okay, if I'm not going to name myself, I'm going to go with Steven Seagal. I'm going to go with Johnny Depp. I'm going to go with Brad Pitt. I'll go with Lorenzo Lamas and my main man, Ice-T. But if you add me in the mix, bro, you got Toddy D.
Ice-T don't have a ponytail. Ice-T got, when you clip the tail of a pit bull or a Rottweiler, you got a little nub. He's got that shit that the dude from Seinfeld, when he was in Shallow Hal, he had that shit growing out the top of his ass. That Ice-T don't count. All right. You know what? I'm gonna let that one slide. I'm gonna
Speaking of
let it slide.
Pitbull, if they need a body double, I mean, they can, they give you a call, you'll be all set.
So Seagal's legit. You definitely get Lorenzo Lamas. You said Ice-T. Who were the other two? You said Brad Pitt and who else?
Brad Pitt. Well, aside from myself, I said Johnny Depp.
But were these guys
Not in
known
Jump
for?
Street.
You know what?
In
I'm
the
gonna give
movie.
you Johnny Depp. Brad Pitt, though, I don't know. I always thought he was. If you're talking like Legends of the Fall, Brad Pitt, you're not talking
Well,
Ocean's 11, Brad Pitt.
No, Ocean's 11, his hair was pretty shorter, I
Yeah,
believe.
everybody's
His hair
pretty
was long
short,
in
that's
other
what I'm
movies,
saying.
and he had some ponytails. Hey, if you don't believe me, bro, Google that shit and you'll see for yourself.
Oh no, I believe it. I just didn't think he was known for the long hair. But then again, we're talking about young, like
Talking about
Thelma and
90s,
Louise
bro.
Brad Pitt, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
man. All right. Interview with a Vampire, Legends of Fall, all those shitty romance movies. But all right, but dude, so was Red in that list? Is he like what do
Well,
they call
it's
that?
funny. I mentioned Red, but
Arguable
he's not.
mention?
I mean, yeah, he should get an honorable mention because this was back in the late 80s, early 90s. So, ponytails were going strong, and he had one. So, listen, I was trying to get some redemption, bro, because the last time you caught me dead in my tracks. I couldn't use wrestlers.
You couldn't use wrestlers. You're like, what do I do? What do I fucking do now?
No, I'm looking in the studio. I'm looking for help over here. Looking for anything with a ponytail, and I couldn't find a goddamn thing. I'm still looking around. You would think in this fucking studio I'd have some ponytails.
You gotta watch the
Giddy up, motherfucker.
Yo,
no
you
fucking
gotta
ponytails.
watch the video. I'm like, name 5 ponytails. No wrestlers. I mean, no wrestlers. Yo, you started sweating. Like, what do you mean? No wrestlers?
Yeah, and the needle went across the record like, I was like, oh shit, now I'm fucked. But listen, man, it is what it is. You caught me. Remember, receipt is due. Payback's a bitch. I will get you eventually, maybe episode 55, but I will get even with you. I promise.
Dude, that shit is hysterical.
Oh, what did you do to this? What did you do this past week? What's new? And what problems have you run across? What's been going on?
Dude, I'd be lying if I told you anything because I don't remember. It's all like we're recording this on a Tuesday. I don't remember the weekend. That's how burnt out I am. Just fucking fried with everything that's going on in this house, with the construction of the pool, the kids, this, that. I'm like, oh my God. Dude, at night, I don't even go to sleep. I pass out. I'm like, I can't take it anymore. And just fucking, I'm out of it. But I guess I can talk about the future, which is this coming weekend and the plans that I'm kind of putting together. It's July 4th weekend. So for one, we got that going on. Which is, dude, I got some great July 4th stories we got to talk about. But on a side note, on July 3rd, my parents' 50th wedding anniversary. So we're planning.
Congratulations. Happy anniversary to the Gordons. Give them my best,
man. It's to me, it's, I mean, obviously it's my parents, so I'm very happy and proud of that. But it's weird hearing of a relationship lasting so long because, like, I see people out there like, oh, on my 7th wife. I'm like, yo, whoa, what? They got,
man.
Yo, there's people out there. Tell me if you can relate to this, or just on how fucked up the concept is. A dude marries a woman, has 2 or 3 kids with her, starts raising a family, shit pops off. They're like, look, no good. They split, they divorce. Dude meets another chick, starts a whole new family, new kids, 3 kids here. And it's just like, I'm sorry. Wait a minute. We're the first kids. Remember us, motherfucker? You just because you didn't work out, you're still our dad. Now you over there raising a new fucking family. Who the fuck? Fuck those kids.
I can answer that for you though, bro. That's called the do-over.
The do-over.
That's what it's called because it happened to me.
Tell me it's true. Because in my opinion, dude, I don't know how a man could be like, listen, I did it. It got fucked up. Sorry, kids. I'm gonna go try again somewhere else. I'm gonna go raise those kids instead of you. I'm like, yo, fuck you, old man. Go. I hope all those kids get cancer. I'm just like, yo.
Oh my God. Well, I never said that, but it's called the do-over. I mean, your parents, miraculously, by the good grace of God, married 50 years, which is a beautiful thing. My parents were barely married for 6 years. They got married in 68, got divorced in 74. And then my dad got remarried in 81. So when he got remarried, his wife was about 18 years younger than him.
Ooh, all right.
Yeah,
shout out to him.
Yeah, she was about 20, 21. He was about something like 38, 39 years old. You know,
Nice.
I mean, it's not as if she was like underage or anything like that,
Oh no,
but
of course not.
she was young,
Yeah.
and you know, they got married and they wound up having, you know, 2 kids of their own.
Oh, so you got
So that's not a
step
stepbrother
siblings.
or a stepsister, half brother, half sister. But both of them, I don't bother with. We don't talk to each other,
Oh, it's
and yeah, it's like, you know,
okay.
it's over the stupidest shit, and it's for another time in another place. It's like it could be like 10
Definitely.
episodes by itself. But the point I'm trying to make is he and I were close, we were tight, and I mentioned
Right.
to you off camera that, you know, we've had our moments,
Yeah, yeah,
and
of course.
with him growing up, I used to visit in the summertime, like I said in episode 2. He'd joke around, call me a fresh air kid, break my balls, whatever.
Uh-huh.
But once my sister was born in '82, like that's when things started getting a little awkward between him and I. Because when I'd go to visit,
Mhm.
he'd be, you know, dedicating his time more to her per
That's
se,
what I'm
and
talking
realize that
about.
I'm, you know, hey, what about number one? You know, the firstborn.
Exactly.
But
Exactly.
it happens, bro. So we stopped really talking. Like I stopped visiting around age 14 and
Yeah.
on. As I got older, I stopped going up there. So we
Uh-huh.
had our on and off spats. And then, you know, he passed in 19 and we got together, thank God, for a couple of days, a few months
Mhm.
before he passed. And before that get together, we didn't talk for like 12 years.
Oh shit, man.
So, you know,
Wow.
it messes shit up. I mean, it's not their fault per se,
No,
because, you know,
it's
they
not,
weren't
they're
asked to be
innocent like
born.
you are.
Right.
And
Like I
it's
don't hate them or anything like
right.
that
It's
because of
between
that.
the adults. I'm like, listen, I used to fuck her. I
Correct.
thought I loved her. Didn't work out. So now I'm over here. But the kids are the ones who are the fucking the wounded victims here. And man, and I just feel like I don't know, man. Maybe I'm old too. I could never do that. I would never fucking do that to my kids. Me and my wife Lori, we can drop tomorrow, and I'm like, you kids will never see me with another. Not necessarily to be happy, but even if I meet another woman, I'm like, hey man, this is the chick that I'm hanging with now. We're kind of seeing each other. I'm one, I'll never get married again. But two, I would definitely never fucking ever have kids with
Right.
another and flaunt that kid around. Hey, son, in front of my other son. Get the
Especially at our
fuck out of
age.
here. Yeah,
Are you
man.
kidding me? That look like our grandkids.
Dude, I've seen the reason why I bring that up is because my wife's friend, Lori's friend, that's happening. And
Ugh.
the new wife doesn't like the old wife. We're friends with the old wife. But then you just see the kids, and now he's out there having more kids, like little infants, and he's over there babying them and feeding them. And she's like, man, you're our dad first. And I see that situation. I'm like, oh my God. And I look at my kids. I'm like, you have no fucking idea how easy you got it. Cause there's so many kids out there
Yeah.
dealing with
Yeah.
that shit. I'm like, oh, fuck. Yeah, my kids are
Be
fucking
very
spoiled.
awkward. Yeah, you know, it happens. But you know, it's funny. I got a funny story about your dad.
My
And I
dad.
think I,
Okay.
and I think
Tell
I
me. I'm
told you
trying to
about
hear
this a
this.
long time ago because he, you know, he was a bus driver.
Uh-huh.
And when I used to work in the city, I'm taking the bus home and I used to talk to this guy almost every night,
Okay.
not even knowing it's your pop. And I'm on the bus one night and we're just bullshitting, we're talking. So you know, he mentioned something about his son with wrestling. I said, "Oh, you know, I'm into wrestling too." He goes, "Yeah, he does these shows in Jersey." I'm like, "Oh yeah, so do I." So I'm thinking to myself, I said, "There's no way." I turn around to the gentleman driving the bus. I said, "By any chance, is your son's name Derek?" I thought he was going to slam on the brakes and put me right through the front doors of the fucking bus because he was like, "What?" Like he looked at me like, "How'd you know that?" I said, "My name is Todd. I'm a friend of his." And he said, "I think he's mentioned your name before." He goes, "What a small world."
Yeah.
And after that day, every time I got on the bus, we were like best friends talking,
Oh
you
man,
know,
that's
for a couple of
awesome.
times after that when I was getting on his bus.
Yeah.
But it's like a small world, bro. It was
It really
Brooklyn.
is.
You know, Brooklyn's a huge place, but somehow everybody knows everybody.
To
You
think you
can't
guys were
escape
shooting
it,
this
even
shit
when
for
you
so
do
long.
escape it.
And then I become the Kevin Bacon in your story because of wrestling. So that's
Exactly,
like
man.
that's where our
You
six
know,
degrees separate or whatever.
yeah, but it was so funny because he's talking about you very, you know, highly, and he's mentioning all these things, and I'm thinking to myself, wait a minute, I go to those places. So
Yeah.
I kind of put it together. You know, I guess I'm a little slow behind the draw, but I finally
Uh-huh.
figured it out. I said, wait a minute, your son's
Right.
name Derek, and it was hilarious.
Yeah, and it's funny because I always thought that I pretty much knew he hated me working the wrestling business because, dude, there's no future there. There's nothing to grow with. Like, if you don't work for WWE at that time, then that's
Right,
it.
right.
Dreams are gone. You can't make money on the independents. Luckily, I made money for a good amount of years where it was like, he's like, oh shit, maybe this thing is working out. But, dude, it's like when you're up in wrestling, you're up. And you got your little midpoints there too, where you can make money. But it's like, dude, that's weekend warrior shit. And then you got rock bottom. And
Yeah.
and when you hit rock bottom, dude, sometimes most people don't get up from that position there. So he was
You
afraid
lived
that
the dream.
Right. He would just be afraid that at some point I'd be too old for the business. They were like, hey, we need some younger ideas or younger talent or whatever the case is. And I'd be at the bottom. And you know how fucking hard it is to go out there and have on your resume, oh, wrestling, because then that becomes a discussion of the interview, not even my skills. Oh, so you met Hulk Hogan before? Cool. What's he like? And they're like, motherfucker, can we talk about the job that I'm applying for?
Right.
And
that
then
happened to me at my last job, bro.
Oh God.
I'm in
fucking
I
terrible.
swear to you, I'm not lying. I'm in the interview. It's for a telecom company. And a buddy of mine I used to work with at another telecom company, Verizon bought us out. So he got this job at this other company. And a few weeks later, he was told to bring in a bunch of resumes. So he gave a bunch of resumes to the guy. I was one of them. So then the following week, he's bringing us in one at a time, about 5 or 10 of us, good amount of people. So now my buddy knows my backstory and things that I've done in the past, but it's the past. And this is not a time to talk about it in the business world.
You're right.
We're sitting in this fucking conference room of about 12 people, one of those big oval style, tables. So we're doing the interview and he sat in with me on the interview because he was part of the process, which was fine. So then all of a sudden in the middle of the interview, the guy who's interviewing me, he's the CEO of the company. He's an Italian from Brooklyn like me. My buddy elbows me. He goes, tell him about snooker. Just looking at him. He goes, no, it's okay. Tell him about snooker. So now the guy's sitting in the suit with his legs crossed. What's this about snooker? I wrestled him. The whole place wakes up out of nowhere. It was like everybody's looking at their, clipboards and they're not even in the conversation. You know, snooker? You met snooker? Oh, and all of a sudden, bro, there's like 10 people, like all eyes on me. And now my friend's looking at me like this. I was like, no, turns out the CEO was a huge wrestling fan. And the crazy thing is, my qualifications on the resume spoke for itself, but I think the icing on the cake where I got the handshake and you start tomorrow, that kind of speech was because of the wrestling.
Because of the wrestling shit. Yeah. They figured you had personality.
So you never know when it can work for you or against you.
Yeah.
But you know what, man? It's a part of our past. People know us from back then, but now people are going to know us as Brooklyn guys.
That's it.
All of our experiences, what we experienced, what we're still experiencing, even though we escaped, it'll never escape us. That is being Brooklyn. We've instilled the values in our children, what we've learned. You see some of these kids today, I'm not saying all, but a lot of them, their feelings get hurt at the drop of a dime.
Yeah.
Everything is looking at phones. There's no comprehension. Like I said in episode 2, I said table for 2. She said, how many? They're all they're like zombies, bro.
Yeah.
So people like us with the Brooklyn mentality, we raised our kids to think for themselves and have a fucking mind. And like my kid will turn around, my younger one, she'll turn around and she'll say, I'm not like most of the kids in my generation. And I see what you're talking about. They're like brain dead. I'm like, yeah, a lot of them are. But, be grateful that, we instilled certain values that, to this day. And it's funny. Speaking of her, I'll tell you a quick funny story if you're ready for this.
Yeah, shoot.
I take her to the doctor's office a couple of weeks ago. She had to go for a consultation. So she asked me to go with her because it's always good to have a second set of ears. She might miss something what he says, suggestions, whatever.
Yeah. General doctor?
So now, I'm sorry?
General doctor or like
general doctor. It was like ears, eyes, nose, and throat mainly.
Oh, okay. Because it'd be kind of weird. You go into to her gynecologist exam. You're like, hey, doc, put the gloves on. One finger, doc. One fucking finger.
See this? That's for the wife, not for me. So let's reverse back. Ears, eyes, nose, and throat, everybody. None of that gyno shit. But we get into the office. Like when you go downstairs, you open the doors, there's an elevator right there. Only 2 floors. So when we get out the second floor, it's not like you're in a lobby. When the elevator doors open, you're in the actual waiting room. It goes straight into the waiting room. So we wait for a little bit. They call us. We go in. They talk, whatever, and I'm listening. So now we're getting ready to leave. And, we're in that waiting room area. So we walk over to the elevator and her and I are having a conversation. And, she's not a child. She's 24. She can curse in front of me and tell it the way it is. It doesn't bother me. So as we're waiting for the elevator.
Oh, this is your daughter.
Yeah, my daughter.
I thought you meant this was your wife. Okay, no, go ahead. I'm theater of the mind right now. I got to switch characters.
I think you need your Yankee hat to hold in the thoughts. I think something's escaping the dome. I don't know what's going on over there. You're the one who's 45. I'm 50.
I thought you were talking about your wife this whole time. I didn't hear this was a daughter story. Okay.
Bro, I should be having these issues, not you.
It changes the fucking.
And do I got to fly down there and have a long talk with you? Because you're really making me nervous.
All right, back to the story.
Hold on a second. Am I even speaking to Derek? Let me get my glasses on here. Let me take a look.
Yeah.
Derek? Okay, that's you.
Yeah, like
got
she's 24.
nervous. I got scared.
I'm like, wait, your wife is 24.
No. So she asked me to go with her because my wife was working and she needed a second set of ears.
Yep.
So as we're leaving the office, she's talking to me about some story. And she says, yeah, these fucking assholes, these motherfuckers, blah, blah, blah. So all of a sudden I look to my right in the whole room, they're facing the opposite way. They all turn and look at us. And I looked at her and I'm standing by the elevator. All I do is this. Like, please open. And she's trying so hard not to laugh. And the two of us are cracking up because we got the whole fucking office's attention. Well, she did.
Right, she's cutting this promo.
She like cutting a promo on someone she's pissed off at. But meanwhile, I think we both forgot we're actually still in the waiting room and not in a lobby where it's just her and I. And the look on their faces and the look on our faces, I looked at her, she looked at me, and I'm just frantically pushing the button for the doors to open. I'm like, please open. But I just wanted to share that because I thought this shit was hilarious. And the looks on our faces were priceless, man. They were really funny.
Dude, that's hysterical, man.
But next time I'll start off the story a little slower because, maybe we have an issue here.
One word changes the
Houston,
whole
we
dynamic
have a problem.
Story.
Houston, we have a problem.
But, you were talking about your back earlier.
Yeah.
About working out too aggressively.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't lifted in about 3 or 4 months because I'm lazy.
Okay.
I've been meaning to do it and eventually I will. But I'll tell you, I don't like Chuck Norris.
Wait, what? What's Chuck Norris got to do with your workout?
I don't like Chuck Norris, and I'm going to tell you why. He does the infomercial for the Total Gym.
Mm-hmm.
I bought one, and it almost killed me.
Wait, you talking about that shit that you lay on with the strings?
That kung fu kickboxing motherfucker? Yeah.
You're like on a bobsled, just...
Exactly. So now you know what the Total Gym is like. So let's take the bottle of water. The Total Gym's on an incline like this, right?
Uh-huh.
So now I'm doing the push-offs with my legs. So now the hero I got to be, I have it on the highest, one to do.
Are you upside down?
No, I'm right side up. But
Okay.
I'm like on a slant. So you push down and then you push up.
Okay.
With your body. So
but your head's on the floor.
Feet.
Your feet are up.
No. You like picture standing up.
You're standing.
Like,
okay. But you're on a slant.
Standing, like
I
if
get
you're standing right side up.
Right.
Here's my head. Here's my feet.
Uh-huh.
I'm on a slant.
Okay.
So you're pushing down with your knees and you're pushing backwards.
God, I thought it was more like a sit-up machine where you're pulling yourself upwards. But okay, it's the other way.
You're on a slant.
Uh-huh.
And you're pushing down and you're pushing up. It's for your knees and for your legs. It's like a leg workout.
Yeah.
So now I'm pushing off as hard as I can.
Mm-hmm.
The next day, not one, but both knees are blown up with fluid. Okay. I go to the doctor. He extracts the fluid. And as soon as he extracts the fluid, it's coming back as we speak, filling right back up again. He's like, oh, that's odd. He does it again. Needless to say, I went back maybe 4 or 5 weeks in a row to get these knees extracted with the fluid.
Right.
And he said, I said, why is it coming back? I don't know, he tells me. So I look at him and I said, do you get paid to do this? I said, wow.
All right. Can you get the doctor that does know? Tell him to come in here a minute.
Exactly. So now he's got his whole team of assholes coming in trying to figure out what's going on. I went for cortisone shots. I mean, I did all this shit. Thank God the week I bought this fucking thing, I bought the DVDs, all the shit.
Mm-hmm.
My wife's friend wanted a Total Gym. And I said, listen, I paid $300 for it. I paid almost another $80 in DVDs. I'll give you everything for $300. It's only not even a week old. So thank God she came with the truck and she picked it up. My friend and I brought it down the stairs, threw that shit on the truck. And that was it. It took me over a year.
Wait, you sold her
to go away.
You sold her the gimmick machine?
Yeah.
For how much?
$300.
$300.
I paid $300 for the machine.
Yeah.
But I also paid $80 in DVDs.
DVDs. So right. But
so it was only a week old.
But did you tell her about the knee problems you had?
No, it's not her knees.
No, but you was like, hey, listen, the reason why I'm getting rid of this thing is it fucked up my knees. I'm getting fluid. Like, not a disclaimer or nothing.
No.
She didn't ask why you were getting rid of it after a week.
I'm from Brooklyn. You don't volunteer information. What's wrong with you?
You must have done that with a really honest face. Like, I tried it. I don't look.
Well, she told me.
It's 2 weeks. Do I look like Chuck Norris in fucking Missing in Action? You know, there's no Invasion USA.
You see a 6-pack over here? I got a 30 fucking pack. What are you talking about?
Not even a fucking Walker Texas Ranger. Like, come on. Like, do I look like Chuck Norris? Here, just take the machine. It's a deal.
Listen, I was sort of honest. She said, why don't you, you only had it for a week. Why don't you want? I said, it doesn't do what I thought it does.
What do you think it was going to do? Teach you karate?
No, not give me fat knees. So I kind of spoke between the lines.
Okay.
Basically,
did you tell her what it actually did? Did you roll up your fucking pants like, look at my knees? They pump fluid, and I go to the doctors have never seen this before. It keeps happening.
They were well covered.
They brought 5 doctors in. Not one of them can figure the shit out.
No, and they get paid to do that.
Yeah, because they're the fucking knee doctors. They should know. So wait a minute. So what was the prognosis?
That's the thing. He never fucking knew. They gave me cortisone shots.
You don't know.
And a year later, I woke up one day, the shit was gone, and I was healed miraculously.
You got silicone titties for knees, but you don't know whatever caused it. I was just like, come on. They just keep I don't know. And then one day it stopped.
No,
so
man,
I didn't.
Shit is good, man. Look, they're good now, bro. They're working knees, baby.
So
I don't listen, bro.
You should have called your insurance and disputed the claim. Like, listen, if Dr. Knees over here calls you up and tries to fucking collect, he didn't know the answer. I'm not paying for that. I want a refund.
That's right.
Charge that shit back on my card. I'm not paying the copay. Fucking guy couldn't give you answers. What kind of orthopedic is he?
And when I looked at him and I said, "You get paid to do this," he looked at me all offended. I'm like, "Bro, you're the fucking doctor here. I'm the patient. Tell me what's going on." He's like, "I've never seen this before." I felt like saying, "Go to your library, open up a fucking book, open a book. Tell me what the deal is." You know what the funny thing is? Some of these doctors, they'll turn around, they'll say, "Well, I'm not quite sure what it is. Let me get back to you." What I think they do is behind your back. I think they talk to people to ask someone else, maybe who knows more about a certain body part, what the issue is, because they don't want to tell you that. No, I'm a dumb motherfucker. I have no idea. I got a D in that subject, but I still passed the bar. Right. Whatever they got to pass.
He was out doing fucking beer bong shots the night before.
Yeah,
he's like, oh, fuck, I don't remember. Because the test was multiple choice. So now he's looking at your knees like, was it C or was it
D? None of the above.
Fuck. So hold up. Did you ever go on the internet yourself? Like, yo, what is up with fucking fluid in your knees? Did you ever?
At the time, I never thought about it. I mean, now today, the world we live in, I'll Google everything. Like, why doesn't a booger come out of my nose? I mean, whatever the problem is, I'm going to look it up.
Although, who the fuck knows who's writing the shit on WebMD? Like, why would I go to WebMD and believe what they're saying? I don't know who put that up there. I don't know.
How do I know who's filling this up?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you can't believe anything that anybody says. I'm like, where'd you get that information? Oh, I heard about it. Somebody told me. I read about it. I'm like, who, where, what? What's the source? Like, you can't believe shit out there anymore.
It's the Brooklyn word. I know a guy.
You know, I know a guy. I know a guy. He had this shit all the time. But you know what, man? Athletes always get their knees drained anyway, right? So you don't think it's like a buildup of fluid
right?
there?
But that's the thing, bro. They drained my knee, and sitting in the office, it's like refilling.
Oh,
it sounds if I went home like it's on the bone, I'm all good to go. And then tomorrow I woke up with fluid on the knee.
Right.
He's extracting, it's coming back. It's like saying, "Fuck you, keep extracting, it's going to refill."
So,
and he was like,
"Have you ever looked up
extracting?"
Oh, wait, so he would drain the knee completely.
Yeah,
and then it would refill
both knees.
And they didn't do an MRI or anything like that. No imaging.
I think they took X-rays at the time. Maybe. I mean, this is going back. Shit, man. This has to be.
What happened when he got the X-rays? He was like, "Ugh, I missed that class too. I can't read these fucking things.
I'm gonna have to review this for the team." This was before I knew you. So
it's not even in color. This is black and white. I can't. I don't know.
I'm telling you, man. But speaking of, you said beer bong before. I got something funny to tell you. You mentioned 4th of July weekends coming up.
Yeah.
I found out my daughter and her boyfriend, they're going to come in on Saturday, just overnight until Sunday.
Okay.
Now, when they come, my other daughter, who lives with us, her and her boyfriend will be here and their friends will come over. And believe it or not, on my deck, on my backyard, we play beer pong.
Oh, wait, you play beer pong against the young
with them.
against a young Jedi. Get the
Well,
fuck
there's
outta
one dude, Mark, who's
Uh-huh.
friends with both my daughters and my nephew Troy, who it's his
Mhm.
best friend. So he
Okay.
comes over with his girlfriend. Troy comes up. They're all hanging out the house. So they bring like 18 packs of bud or whatever they bought, bring. And the guy Mark, one time I played impromptu with him, and we won
Mhm.
3 straight games of beer pong. So I told him, I said, I didn't get my college degree, but I had my degree in beer pong when I was in college. This is what I majored in. This
So
is
you're
where all the money
schooling these
went.
motherfuckers. Like, listen, I
Exactly.
was
So
there
we
when
were
they
doing
invented
good,
this
man.
shit. Watch and
So
learn.
this weekend I'll be playing beer pong with people half my age.
Oh man, do they drink you under the table, or you like Frank the Tank?
Nah, bro, I'm Frank the Tank, and they're barely a fucking little army jeep. What are you
We're
kidding
going
me?
streaking.
I'll blow them away, bro. So I shaved my head. I got rid of the gray hair. So I'm ready to rock it out with the
You're ready to
25-year-old
go.
crew.
You can still roll with these younglings.
I can still roll with them, man.
Thundercats. Yeah.
My wife might even play this weekend too, so it should be fun. What are you doing for the 4th?
Oh man, excuse me. I think I told you before. It's my parents' 50th wedding anniversary, so that's on the 3rd. We're gonna go out to a real fancy restaurant, take them out over there.
Nice.
The 4th is a Sunday. I think
Yeah.
there was talk about like doing like a neighborhood barbecue. I don't know. It's still a new neighborhood, so everybody's still trying to get to know each other. But I haven't decided. Everybody wants to like shoot fireworks. I'm like, I'm not a firework guy. Like they look cool, they're fun. I guess because fireworks are illegal in New York, I don't remember the joy of fireworks except for when I would get them illegally. So
Yeah, I was never into it either.
yeah, it doesn't do much for me. Like, oh, boom, boom. Ah, okay, very nice. What happens is it's not even the fireworks, the colored ones. It's the like the what do they call them? The
Bottle
quarter stick of
rockets?
dynamite. No, the quarter stick of
Oh,
dynamite.
M80s.
The M80s, yes.
Yeah.
Fucking dude, it's just like, really? What are we doing? I mean, we used to blow up telephones and get the change out of that shit. Like, it's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
But now it's just like, I don't know. And my kids aren't really into it. And then I start thinking about like when I was a kid, I was like, oh fuck it, let's get some Roman candles, go have a Roman candle fight. Like we start and shoot it at each other. Not even that, dude. We hold that shit like a bazooka. Like you better fucking run. But dude, when I was a kid, the bottle rockets, right? It's literally a firecracker on a stick. And there's something in the gunpowder or the way they cut the firecrackers. So that way sometimes they whiz around and shit like that. But for the most part, the stick is supposed to keep it straight. So in Brooklyn, listen, if you were a darker shade, we'd be able to have a different conversation, but they used to call it the N-word chaser, right?
Yes, I remember.
You rip the stick off and then it goes rogue and they call it N-word chaser, right?
Yes.
So one day we used to go to this Italian guy that lived in one of the buildings. He used to sell grosses of bottle rockets, real cheap. And we used to get them and have, light it and then throw it at each other and have these bottle rocket battles, like 20 of us out in the field and on the baseball field. So we got our gross. We did it. All right. Somebody was just like, I got to go. Day was over. We still had a bunch of bottle rockets left. So this guy, Spanish guy, comes over. He goes, yo, make a bunch of N-word chasers, right? So there's a black kid right there, my boy Daryl. I'm going to use their real names. I don't give a fuck because it's a true story. And dude, there's no way I can make up fake names because now I'm just adding more to the story, more shit to remember. So this is authentic. So it was Daryl, black kid in my neighborhood, good friend of mine, right? And my friend Paul goes, yo, let's make some N-word chasers. Daryl goes, what the fuck you talking about, man? Why you gotta call it N-word chaser for? What the fuck? You think it's got a brain? You think it looks, it's got eyes, it looks for black people just to blow up in front of it? So he's cutting this promo, dude, and we're laughing our ass off. Meanwhile, Paul is over there ripping the stick off one of the bottle rockets and
setting
it up, right? And lighting the fuse,
shit.
right? He's like, Daryl has no idea this shit is happening. And he's like, he's still in the middle of that promo. You think it's looking out for me? It's gonna chase me because I'm black? You think it can sense skin color? And while he's like, pop! And that shit blew up in his neck in a big chunk of
shit.
Yo, he grabbed his neck. And started running around the fucking thing, and he's holding his neck, and there's smoke coming out of his fingers because he got burnt meat.
Oh my god!
And then somebody goes, "Oh my god, they really are N-word chasers."
Now I see what they call it, Daddy Price. Oh my god,
dude, that shit was hysterical. Oh my god, one of the funniest fucking things I ever. Dude, it's like a movie. Like if you would cut it, you see them just lighting it up. and the thing coming back around while he's cutting the promo.
He's cutting the promo. Next thing you know, he's getting chased by one. Ate his words, man.
Dude, that shit was hysterical.
My boy did that to his old man. My best friend Angelo, man, God rest his soul, great guy. His father always bought the fireworks on the 4th.
Uh-huh.
And we were kids, his father would light up all this crazy shit we'd watch. So one day his dad's on top of the stoop. Now in Brooklyn terms, that's a porch, but he's on top of the stoop,
Right.
and he's yelling at his son. He's calling Butch. Butch, get in the house. We got to do this. We got to do that. He's like, yeah, 1 minute. Butch, I'm calling you. He kept on breaking my friend's balls. He's lighting the bottle rocket. He goes, watch this. He angles it toward the porch up to the door, and all of a sudden you hear, he's like, shit. It went right through the door into the living room. It chased his father right into the house, and he slams the door, and all of a sudden you wait for the pause, and you hear the pop. And we looked at each other. I said, bro, I got to go. It's dinner time. Because I knew he was going to get his ass reamed. I left. The next day, I said, so what happened? He said, I went into the house. He was a little fucking pissed. I said, a little? He goes, well, the thing went off in the living room, scared the fuck out of the dog. My mother dropped the plate. It was a whole mess. I said, I wish I would have stayed around to see that shit, man. Yeah, 4th of July, I was never big on for myself. I'd be like the old man sitting in a fucking chair. And we're like in our teens, like 18, 19, and my buddy had a block party on the 4th. People are lighting. I'm sitting there drinking and watching. You think I was like the 70-year-old grandpa hanging out in the chair just watching.
Uh-huh.
I wasn't one for lighting them. And you know what? I got all my fingers still.
You still got it right. You're not like that.
I'd be the guy. The one time I light it, I have fucking nubs. I'd be that guy.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Like I don't let my son mess with fireworks because he's just like, all right, now what do I do? Pop. So yeah,
exactly.
I won't do it. Like he's 15. I'm like, yo, you want some sparklers or something? Some smoke bombs? But like, hey, well, fuck 4th of July.
Ooh, look at the sparkle. For your fucking cross-eyed and shit. Hey,
I remember my father got this big, dude, like Todd, no joke. It was a Christmas tree box full of fireworks one year. It had to be nice. $700, maybe $1,000 worth of shit in there.
Damn.
So we go to the baseball field one year. And he breaks out the Roman candles. It's starting to get dark, too, and there's no lights by the field. So he breaks out the Roman candle. He goes, all right, here you go. Hold that. Shoot it over there. I didn't hear the shoot it over there part. So the shit goes. And the first one, right into the box, right? And
we all look at fireworks.
And I'm like, so dude, you remember that scene at the end of Star Wars where fucking Luke has to shoot the photons into that little hole to blow up the Death Star? That was that one. The first fucking Roman candle thing shoots out, goes into the box.
Oh,
and I look and I'm like, oh shit, thank God it was a dud. It went out. It wasn't no fucking dud. That shit hit one of the fuses and I turn around, look at my father, I'm like, yo, it was a dud. While I'm saying that, right behind me.
It's all going off behind you. Oh, shit.
$700 worth of fireworks.
It go $700. Oh, my God.
In
that
2
is
minutes.
fucked up, man.
The whole fucking
holy shit.
Yo, dude, I'll never forget.
I can only imagine you look on your phone. Man, they went $700.
This motherfucker.
Never taking you out again. What the fuck, man?
Oh my
God,
bro,
that's crazy.
Yeah,
that
man,
is crazy.
Technically, fuck July 4th. I'm just, and I don't like hosting July 4th, so I'm just like, yo, I start poking around to see who's having a barbecue, and I try to get myself invited because I'm like, yo, gonna have hot dogs and burgers? All right, yeah. What you want me to bring?
Exactly. I'm not bringing no fireworks. We don't get along, man. Fuck that shit. I'll be on the side eating the hot dog. I'm good, really.
Yeah.
I'll pass on that. But yeah, let me ask you a question because you're from Brooklyn like me, obviously. And back in the day, when the 4th of July was really big, like the late 70s, early 80s. Now, I would go to my mom's friend's house for the day. And then in the evening, like 1, 2 in the morning, they'd be driving us home midnight, whatever it was. And when you go down the blocks, the one-way streets, the small blocks in Brooklyn, you'd be entering with caution because it looked like a ticket tape parade had just occurred. It looks like bombs went off. It looks like a combination of a war zone and a ticket day parade. Did you have that experience as a kid?
Yeah, dude. When it's all over, it looks like the fucking purge.
Right.
Like,
crazy shit, right? It looks
crime's
like you're
illegal
like in war. Yeah.
Like, yo,
You don't
what
see that no more, man.
No, dude, not at all. Because, dude, it was like, because what happened was nobody would clean up after themselves. So they would put those big ass things in the middle of the street that would shoot off like 20 different colors and blow up in the sky.
Right.
But meanwhile, the paper's burning a hole into the fucking concrete, and they'll leave it right there. So you're walking around and there's smoke and broken rubble and all sorts of fucking paper from all the fireworks. You're like, yo, what the fuck happened here? This is like
You're right.
Beirut.
Back then,
Like, yo.
back then they took the push brooms. They would clean up after they made the mess.
Yeah.
But now the sanitation department, they get paid what, triple time?
Yeah,
So,
yeah, they don't
you
give a fuck. That's what, like, what?
No,
New
it's
Year's?
like, hey,
Can I get that?
Pollute the shit out of it. I'll take
Right,
the plow
right.
out if I have to.
Yeah.
I get paid triple time. I don't give a shit.
Yo, you know what day look worse than 4th of July?
What day?
November 1st, the day after Halloween. Because we used
Wow,
to
yeah,
go
that's
out.
true. Eggs, shaving cream.
Oh my God, the eggs, the shaving cream, the toilet paper, the fucking
Yeah.
flour
Oh,
socks.
the
that we
toilet
beat
paper. I
people with.
forgot about that. Yeah.
Like, dude, we'd wet the toilet paper. We put shaving cream on the eggs. I mean, dude, we'd buy them by the cartons. And the thing is, I would buy them, I don't want to say like over the summer, but like beginning of September, I start stocking up eggs in my room because I'm like, yo,
Yeah.
they're not going to sell these to me the week of Halloween. I start buying cans of shaving cream.
Ahead
and
of
then
time.
You got to break the cap so the thing shoots further and like
Shoots far. Right,
like in a
right.
silly string, right? And then
Yeah.
it was like, all right, if we're not bombing right now, then we start going, we start tagging up, and fucking the elevators, the staircases, the janitors must have been like for at least a week or two. You would see the shaving cream stains, the egg stains everywhere. Then
The
we
egg stains on the screen doors were the worst.
Yes.
You couldn't
Oh
wash
my
that shit
God.
out, man.
Bro, we used to get tube socks and fill it up with flour and wrap it up and make that shit hard and hit people over the back and back of their neck and steal their candy and shit like that. Like, give me your shit.
I'm done.
Like,
Oh my
"Oh."
God. That's crazy. I remember when I used to work in the supermarket, if I had to be a cashier, if they were short, I used to be a pack out guy, but I do the
Yeah.
cash register. So the kids would come in during Halloween time to try to buy shaving cream and eggs. And they used to tell us you can't sell to minors.
Right.
So now I got to be that prick that says,
Right.
I can't sell it to you. So now I'm thinking to myself, when I leave work for my fucking troubles, I'm going to get egged and shaved by these guys who I wouldn't sell it to. So when I couldn't sell it to them, I say, guys, listen, there's my manager. He's over there. I can't sell it to you. I'm going to get into trouble. But if you come back at such and such time when he's not looking, I'll sell it to you because I don't want to get fucking bombed by you guys later.
Right.
So I see what happened to some of my coworkers. They're like, no, we can't sell that. And they're walking up the block and they're getting fucking pelted. Like, you won't sell those motherfucker. Throwing eggs, shaving cream, the whole 9 yards, ripping the crotch, throwing the eggs.
Right.
So I'm watching this shit by the window. I'm like, that's not
Like, I
going
have
to
an
be me,
escort
man.
to my car.
So I was being diplomatic about the situation.
Right.
And I said,
you just
listen,
a messenger.
wait for the guy to leave. When he's not looking, I'm
Mhm.
not looking. I'll just sell it to you. I didn't see nothing.
Right.
But remember that when I leave. And they never bothered with me, thank God, because I was very diplomatic.
Right. That's a good
I'll
way to
put
do
it that way.
Right. Meanwhile, you're breaking the law and you're breaking his policies.
Yeah, but I'm also going home egg and shaving cream free. So
Although,
fuck that.
You wouldn't find an underage undercover cop. That the two just don't mix.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Although
Unless
they
he's a
have had
midget.
sting
Oh, wait a
operations. Yeah, they'll send a 13-year-old. Hey, kid, over here, come here. You want to work for the NYPD for the next 5 minutes? Go in there and see if that guy will sell you eggs and shaving cream. They put a wire on the kid. They got you on fucking tape.
Okay, we're ready. We're ready.
All right,
we're
kid, you're
ready.
gonna be subpoenaed to court. You're gonna have to testify against Toddy D. Like, what? No, I can't. My
Is that a
mama
30
shot
pack? Was it
Sarah.
an 18 pack of eggs? Barber Soul shaving cream? We got it. We got it. Move in. Move in. No, he didn't buy the always safe. He bought the barber Soul. He got the good shit. He got the good shit. Move in. Move in.
Oh
But
my
yeah,
God.
Supermarkets aren't what they used to be, man. I went in the other day to get some cold cuts and some other shit, and I'm at the appetizing counter, and to my left used to be like the plain rolls and bagels you could buy for sandwiches.
Mhm.
So I bought a bunch of cold cuts, and I figured I'd make some sandwiches. So I asked the lady behind the counter, I said, do you still have rolls? Cheese. Okay. Where are they? Cheese. Okay. What aisle is that? Chase. I looked at the guy. I said, am I not speaking properly here? Do we have a problem? Houston, do we have a problem?
But
And
she's
he
saying the
said to me-
same word to
Correct.
completely different question.
Chase.
She might as well be
Nobody
saying,
in
I
that
am Groot.
supermarket They don't speak English. None of them. I went to the meat department to ask for Friday's ribs. They used to sell the Friday's ribs in the package. I said, "You have any more of the Friday's ribs?" And the guy's got a fucking chicken leg. He's preparing a styrofoam, and he's like this. I'm like, "No, dick. I don't want a fucking leg. You got the Friday's ribs." He holds a wing. Yeah. I'm like, forget it.
He's like, let me see what's popular right now. Maybe he.
I was looking for a white towel just to go like this. This? No. What's un momento? This?
You pick out everything from the showcase. You're like, how about this one? Nope. Okay. This? Nope. Okay. This one.
And I'm getting old Brooklyn. I'm not saying forget. I'm saying forget it. Forget about it.
Like, listen, motherfucker. I want to go get that little asshole that goes to Carvel and goes behind the counter. He'll pick it out for me.
Exactly, man. And I'll tell you, man, every Wednesday is an experience at that fucking place. I tried to hold the door open the other day for these two fucking behemoths. They look like they should be part of the Samoan SWAT team. They're about 500 pounds. They look like 3-minute warning, like Rosie and Jamal. They were huge. I hold the door to be nice, and they just fucking plow through. I'm like, fucking fat bitches, man. You can't be nice anymore. I swear to God. If I would have said something, they probably would have sat on me. So I just kept on walking.
What store is this? What are they
Carvel again.
Into? Oh, Carvel? Come on, dude.
It was an experience at Carvel.
You know,
Wednesday.
They're not focusing on you, dude. They go like, I gotta get ice cream. Like, get to the fucking ice cream. I want to Fudgie the whale. Give me one of those motherfuckers. Nah, I'm gonna eat it right now. Give me a fucking plastic spoon. Come on. They're not thinking about thank yous and holding door. They're thinking about Fudgie the motherfucking
whale. Fucking feeding their fat faces because both of them were fucking Fudgie the whale minus the fins. Two fat fucks. Fudgie the whale.
And one from my friend too.
And fucking Cookie Puss over there, the two of them. Jesus Christ, man.
Imagine if they were the inspiration for those two characters.
They may be the fucking the mascots, I think, just like the costume.
I understand why they call you Fudgie the whale. Why they call you Cookie Puss? And she takes like a fucking cookie and just smashes it up against her vagina. I'm like, oh, I got it. Okay, makes sense. Cookie Puss. Gotcha.
Yo, man, I ran for the hills. Fuck that shit, man. I was afraid they fucking either sit on me or eat me. But I'm telling you, man. It's just crazy. And supermarkets are the worst, man. You go shopping and you have an aisle that's big enough for two people, like a two-way street. And when I shop, I put the cart to the side. You know, I do the sympathetic approach to try to be nice.
Right.
Don't get in the way. Bro, I went shopping last week. I'm in ShopRite. I move my cart to the side. I let people go by. When I'm going down the aisle, trying to try to get down to the other side of the aisle, people are standing there and they see you and they're like this.
Yeah.
Reading their shit or just looking, talking. So I said, excuse me, to be nice.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing. Excuse me. So then I finally went, oh. As soon as I went, oh, I'm sorry. Are you speaking to me? No, I'm speaking to the guy in aisle 30. Meanwhile, we're in aisle 2. Yeah, I'm talking to you.
Yo, you ever see the look that they give you when you like, hey, hello, and then you move their car for them? That's when they're like, hey, excuse me, that's mine. My purse is in there. But you didn't hear the A in the fucking yo or the excuse me, but you heard the squeaky wheels when I'm moving your shit, right?
That's right.
That's when I want to take something off the shelf, the hardest thing I can find, and smack her in the fucking head with it.
You just flip the wagon if you can, because like you said, they hear you, man.
Excuse me, anybody here got a forklift? I want to put this bitch's shopping cart on the outside of
Howdy forklift, baby. I'll send you shit right outside the parking lot, right onto the fucking main highway. Don't fuck with me, man. I have experience driving those shits. But that was the best, bro. We picked that car right up. Here's the car. It got lifted, and you seen it rolling right down the block, out of the parking lot and into the fucking avenue onto Nostrand.
That's a classic fucking story. Like I said,
fun shit.
We can't do things. There's so many things that we could get away with.
You're surrounded by everything, by cameras. Yeah. You can be made famous today, but not the way you want to become famous.
You want to hear one of my favorite stories?
Sure.
Swear to God, hand to God, classic fucking story. So when I first met my wife, Lori, back in 94, right? We had beepers at the time. So for you young guys out there that might be watching us right now, if you don't remember what pay phones were or beepers, it's a little box, it's a pager. You call up a phone number, which is the pager number. You put in your phone number, it pops up on my pager. Now I got to go find a fucking phone to call you back because we didn't have cell phones, but we had pay phones. So in my neighborhood, there were pay phones all over the place, right? And there would be a number on the payphone, because sometimes if you're beeping somebody from the payphone, you got to give them a phone number, give them the payphone number. So the ones in my neighborhood, I had them all fucking memorized. So right in the neighborhood, where I lived, it was a project. So they had, the buildings were broken up into sections, and every section had its own garage. So the sections were like A, B to fucking H. I was in the H section. We had our own little garage just for that section. So there would be like a toll booth operator in there. Like, it's not even an operator. Like, you don't pay him. He just sits there to make sure nobody's stealing the cars and hits the button to let the arm thing go up, right? So one day I beat Lori, and I'm waiting for. He's like, yo, get the fuck away from that payphone. I'm waiting for a call. I'm like, dude, that's not your personal payphone. Yo, when I'm fucking working, it's my fucking phone. You can't use my phone when I'm fucking working, because I wait for calls on that fucking thing. I'm like, yo, there's a fucking thing, right? There's another payphone right across the street. I can't go over there. I work here, and that's the closest fucking phone. Don't go on my phone. Okay. So that night, I had a lot of beers, and my car was parked on the roof of the structure. And I was like, I got keys. I can get into the garage. I'm going to my car, left them in the car. I got the wild fucking bubble guts. I don't know what I had, Chinese food or White Castle. Had White Castle with a bunch of beer. Dude, my stomach's on fire. I'm like, I'm not going to make it home. I got to take a shit right now. There was a broken umbrella. And I was like, they're going to have to do. So I fucking opened the umbrella up and shit right in the umbrella. But I was by my car, behind my car. So that way, if anybody came, like, it's my car. I thought I had a flat. Meanwhile, I'm taking the shit in an umbrella. So I'm like, well, I'm not going to leave this shit here. I don't want to spill it on my car. I don't want to get in somebody else's car. Let me go take this umbrella full of shit somewhere downstairs. So I take the fucking the staircase and I go all the way down. And when I open the door, what's there? The payphone. It's the payphone right next to the parking structure. And I'm like, so I sneak by the payphone. He doesn't see me there. I take the handle and the receiver.
Oh no!
Inside the earpiece and the mouthpiece in the shit inside the umbrella, and I hang it up. So then I run across the street. I get rid of the umbrella. I throw it in one of the sewers. I run across the street, and because that's the payphone that I always use, I know the phone number, and I know that motherfucker is always waiting for calls. So I go across the street, and I call that phone. This fat motherfucker gets out the box. Fat gangster, fat Joe, big pun looking motherfucker comes one thing. Hello? What the fuck? Oh, is that shit on the phone? He had shit all in his ear. Face. Shit all over his mouth and his lips.
Oh my god!
And I'm across the street laughing my fucking ass off, and he is freaking out. Yo, dude, he's ripping his shirt off to try to clean the inside of his ear because it got into his ear canal and cavity. He had it on the corner inside his mouth, like he just ate a fucking like a bean burrito. It was a yo.
Man, I would have been laughing my fucking balls off if I were there. They used to tell people who talk too much they have diarrhea of the mouth. Well, he gave it a whole new fucking meaning. Holy shit. Yeah. That is too fucking funny, man. But you know what, man? It's karma, man. He got what he deserved.
Yeah.
He tried taking ownership of something that's a public payphone to begin with. Yep. So fuck him. He sounds like he deserved that shit, man.
Yeah, dude, some funny shit, dude. I used to pull some hardcore pranks.
That's a heavy prank.
Some that I'm not proud of, some that I'm very proud of, but in this day and age, like we just said, we can't do those things anymore. There's cameras
you're surrounded
everywhere.
Now.
And also there's no payphones. So it's like I can't go shit on those anymore.
That's another thing, man. The kids today, they don't know what 143 means in a pager.
Oh my god, that's our code.
Right, the I love you, man. That was our code.
Yeah,
my wife lived on East 73rd Street. So anytime she paged me from a phone that wasn't hers, there'd be a number -73. So I knew it was her. And to this day, my wife will tell you my pager number. I don't remember shit, but she remembers it to this day because I'll quiz her sometimes. Oh yeah, your number was blah 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 blah. And with me, back in '92, I was working for an ice cream company. So I had my regular pager. And they gave me one of those large pagers with the green infrared. It was like the first type of texting pagers that came out where if you called me at work, you called the 800 line. Lady would answer, what's the message? Yeah, tell Todd to call Derek at Papa number, whatever. And then I would get a page and it'd be a sentence, call Derek at, wherever. So I had that pager on one side. I had the other pager I'd walk into a bar on a Friday night. They thought I was a fucking drug dealer. I looked like Batman from the 60s with the utility belt.
Right,
You know, I had all this shit hooked around. But that's how it was, man. Like you said,
Yeah, man.
you know, there were no cell phones. You know, you had a payphone on every corner in
So
Brooklyn.
what was your code again?
Ours was 7-3.
7-3. Oh, nice. All right. So you guys shared the number.
Correct, because she lived on East 73rd
Okay.
Street. So anytime she paged me from a number that we didn't
Yeah.
know, she put the number with -73, and I would put down -70 because I was on East 70th. I was actually 3
okay.
blocks away.
Right.
So
right.
I put down the 70 for me.
Yeah.
And if it was our regular number, we just put the number with 143.
That's
you know,
what. So mine originally, because I had a beeper before I met Lori, and mine was 04 because that was my jersey number, which is 4. It was my jersey number when I played for the South Shore Vikings. Go South Shore! I don't even think South Shore exists anymore. But
yeah, I went to South Shore also, bro.
Oh, you did go to South Shore? All right.
Yeah,
What class?
South Shore
What year?
Vikings.
What year you graduate?
88.
88. Okay, I'm a class of 93. All right. So yeah, you are old.
Yeah, I'm an old man. I know. So
But
get
dude,
back to
I
your
didn't know you were a
story.
South Shore graduate, man. Shout out. I didn't know we had that in common. That's awesome.
Yeah, man.
Fucking
South
South
Shore.
Shore.
As soon as you said the
was my
Vikings,
spot.
like, oh shit, you went to South Shore. I didn't know you went to South Shore.
Yeah, man. I played
Small world,
shortstop.
ladies and gentlemen.
Small, yeah. The world just got a little smaller. It's funny because Lori, her code was 99, and I never got it. I was like, oh, that's a cool one. Maybe she likes maybe she's a big, huh?
Agent 99, get smart.
No, not even that. I thought maybe she was a fan of Charlie Sheen in the movie Major League. He wore 99 as Ricky Vaughn, and
That's
I was
right.
like, she
Wild
had
thing.
no fucking clue. I was like, so what's up with 99? She goes, well, I'm not perfect, but I'm close enough. I was like, oh, okay, check you out. All right, 99. So
Pretty cool.
it became like you and Steph. Like once we got together and it was our thing, I dropped the 4. I kept 4 from my friends to let them know, but between me and her it was always 143. And then we would just blow up each other's phones to do that all the time, man. It was pretty cool. We still use that to this day, even like in like birthday cards and Mother's Day cards and shit like that. It's like, I love
That's
you,
cool.
happy birthday, 143. We fucking
Yeah.
text each other 143, and then I'll respond 143 too.
That's awesome, man. That's
Yeah,
old school shit right there. Kids today, like, what's with all the numbers?
Yeah,
You
right.
send
They're
a
like,
Morse
what the fuck
code or
is
some
this?
shit.
I'm like,
Yeah.
hey, stupid. What? How, dude? Like, if the kids don't even say as fuck, they go AF. Or they'll
Yeah,
break things out.
everything's abbreviated.
Yeah, exactly. Everything's abbreviated. So I'm just like, so we use numbers.
OMG.
What's the difference? You can't understand that. I'm like, how do you not understand that 143 is I love you? 1 letter, 4 letters, 3 letters. How come we can't get that shit? Oh, it's just stupid. Why don't you just say ILU? I'm like, you know what? Shut the fuck up. I can't
Exactly.
with this generation.
Shut the fuck up.
You can't win with these guys. You can't.
I
You
know.
can't fucking argue with them, man. It's retarded.
That's when you tell them, have a cold glass of shut the fuck up. That's it. Fuck that.
Yeah, man. Why don't we wrap it up while we take it home? There's so much more shit we got to talk about. There's so much more shit we got to go out there and experience so that we can have material for this show. But hey, man,
Sounds like a plan.
you doing anything on social media? Anything new?
No, man, just at Toddy D Comedy on Twitter. And I got my other one, at Toddy D Wrestling, my separate venture I do.
Mhm.
And that's about it, man. But, hopefully it's going to catch on. Escape from Brooklyn. People are going to be watching. Hopefully the shirts come out soon, the mugs, the followers.
Mhm.
And, I'm ready for 4. I'm ready for episode 500, brother. I'm just
Dude,
ready
yeah,
to
me
keep
too. I'm
plugging away.
having a blast doing it. And
Me
man,
too.
if you guys out there listening, you enjoy the show, man, hit us up. We'd love to hear from you. You got Toddy's handles. Mine's are at Derek Gordon on Twitter. And also my other ventures is at Midnight Hustles with an S at the end. You can check out that podcast as well. But make sure that you follow this show at Escape from BKLYN. That's Brooklyn abbreviated. And if you're from Brooklyn, then you already know. Otherwise, I'm Derek Gordon. That's Toddy D. We're out of here.